became politicized and wanted to control the entire population of the world. That was their intention eventually, was to control and recreate, remake everything that was left imperfect. That's what they say. Everything that was left imperfect because no true thought went into the design of the world. It was a spontaneous act of bringing into existence. And they believed that as they attained godhood themselves individually, they had the right, therefore, to remake the world as it should be. This has never ceased, this particular ideology, and the elite are following it still. That means everything. That's why you were seeing all the modified food, apart to dumb the public down, of course, and to kill you off quicker, which it will. They definitely will. Population control. But they want to modify everything. Everything on the planet. Perfect it. Now, this was shown in their architecture of the layouts of their buildings, the 15, 16, 1700s into the 1800s. You can see some of the big estates even today that are left over, and look at the shapes of their gardens, how they're laid out in geometrical patterns, the reflection of the macrocosm into the microcosm, and vice versa. It was to create the harmony, and that's their terminology, between heaven and earth. Harmony. They put great faith in doing this. That you will see it's a much older tradition than simply from the 1500s. You will see it in the big cathedrals that were built in the early 11th century onwards. You'll see the tremendously domed ceilings, and the acoustics are incredible. The mathematical work that went into making all of these interlacing domes and almost what they were doing by using the huge beams and shaping them into points at the top as they all met, the arches inside the churches, was trying to recreate nature. They all represented the trees and the boughs all coming together. This is what you're seeing, although you're not generally aware of it, a more perfected form of nature. That's what it's all about. And the inheritors of these sciences are still working at it today, unbeknownst to the public, and they have total control of the one thing which makes the world go around. It's called money. Now, what was here before, the idea or money, or did they come together with the same idea? Well, you can bet your bottom dollar, because you can go back to ancient times and find out that this mystery religion was on the go thousands of years ago, and using money to get its way, and conquering people and forcing them to use money to get them in the system. Once you have it all done worldwide, it is your system. Everyone's trained to earn money. And above everything in this system is the system called economics. Is it there to serve us, or are we there to serve it? Well, the latter is true, according to the economists. The suffering that goes along with it is irrelevant. It's just a side effect of it. You can't help that, you see. That's what they say. We're run by a system, an occultic system, by sciences which are still passed on through certain families and through archives. The real histories and the methodologies, the science of how our minds work and how our minds can be manipulated throughout our whole lives. A science kept to a few that put Freud in the kindergarten category. And one can only read the ancient Greek philosophers to get a whiff of that, because They were way, way beyond Freud with their techniques. As I say, this is a big, big topic to go into, and I'd rather have done a worked out series rather than just a spontaneous blurb. But there are so many things to do at the moment, so many things to be done, and time is getting short for everyone as we race along to totalitarianism, which is all around us now, at least in law, and the mechanisms to enforce it are all up and ready. It's not a pretty thing to contemplate, but we must look at what is there in order to come through. And in all ages, there have been a few who come through, a few with memory. And memory is very important. Very important. Good night from me. And my dog Hamish. And may your God, or your dog, go with you.
You ought to be in pictures. Gee, you're beautiful to see. Say you ought to be in pictures. Oh, what a hit you would be. Your voice would thrill the nation. Your looks would be adored. You'd be a big sensation. With wealth and fame, your reward. And if you should kiss the way we kiss when we are all alone, you'd have every girl and man a fan worshipping at your throne. You ought to shine as brightly as Jupiter and Mars. Say you ought to be in pictures, my star of stars.